Hello and welcome to the Wine Turtle YouTube channel. My name's Jamie and I'll be your host as we taste and review popular wines from around the world. Today I'm back drinking white wine. I have the Apothic Wine's Winemaker's Blend. Now this 2020 release is a combination of Chardonnay, Riesling, Pinot Gris and Moscato grapes. The blend seems to change slightly each year, and the most recent release contains even more grapes in the blend. The bottle states that this is a vibrant and crisp white blend, so I'm expecting some bright acidity. Now I've tasted a couple of Apothic wines before and they were slightly sweet, so I hope that is not true with this edition. The winemaking notes actually mention malolactic fermentation. And this is a process that converts tart malic acid into creamier lactic acid. This generally makes wine softer and smoother. I really hope they haven't sacrificed too much of that acidity in doing so. Interestingly, on their website they actually recommend this wine as a party perfect choice for white sangria. Now when the winemaker themselves is basically telling you to use the wine as a mixer, that has me slightly concerned. They're telling me that this wine is likely very fruity and lacks any structure really. So alarm bells are ringing straight away. But we won't know until we try it, will we? So let's get tasting. So this is a light straw in colour. Right, that's quite interesting. There are 4 grape varietals in this blend, apparently. And there's a big hit of Riesling on the nose there. You've got that slightly floral Riesling type quality to it, plus a bit of stone fruit and a little bit of pineapple there. It smells more of Riesling than anything else, but Chardonnay is also identifiable there. It's a little bit of apple and pear, green fruit notes from I think the Chardonnay. As for the other 2 grapes involved here, apparently there's Moscato and Pinot Gris. I'm not picking them up, but certainly Riesling in abundance with some Chardonnay. It's quite an interesting nose actually. It's quite fun to pick those notes out, and it smells slightly unusual, unlike any wine I've had recently, that's for sure. Right, let's get going. Right. It was an interesting nose. It all falls a bit flat on the palate, unfortunately. A bit of a lack of flavour, if I'm honest. I'm picking up some honeysuckle and a little bit of pear. Honeysuckle could be from the Moscato. It's slightly sweet, a bit too sweet for my liking, and lacks a bit of acidity. I mentioned the malolactic fermentation before, and that's contributed a fuller, denser mouthfeel to this, which is pleasant. It's quite creamy and full in the mouth, but then it lacks that acidity. Whether that's contributed to the lack of brightness in this wine, I'm not sure, but yeah, it's overly sweet for me, and it just lacks a bit of flavour. The nose was really interesting, picking out the different grape varietals and what they're contributing. Yeah, it's not so interesting on the palate, that's for sure. It just falls a bit flat. It's a little bit sweet and just lacks a bit of structure. On the label, we are told that this is a vibrant and crisp white wine. It's neither of these, unfortunately. It just doesn't have that bright acidity like we're led to believe, and that is its downfall. Why they put that on the label, I don't know. Another thing, sorry, I've got another bug about this wine. It's called a winemaker's blend. Surely every blend is a winemaker's blend. Why feel the need to state the obvious like this? Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll be back in a moment with a score. It's been a fairly poor experience for me. This wine just doesn't deliver on what it promises, really. It's meant to be vibrant and crisp. It's not. It lacks acidity and really lacks flavour. It starts off with promise as well. That nose is interesting. You pick out those grape varietals, and it's an interesting one to nose for sure. But that's where the interest ends. Not a fun one to drink. This wine is as close to an alcoholic fruit juice as I've had in a while. It just doesn't really have structure. It's just fruity and yeah, just a little bit sweet and not all that nice to drink. So a score, while I wouldn't say this is as bad as the Snoop Dogg Cali Rosé that I reviewed a few weeks back, I'm going to score this 5.5 out of 10. Even at just $12, it's not a wine I recommend. Like they say in the website, mix it to make a white sangria. That's all this is good for. So don't buy this. I hope you enjoyed that review, and I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing this video, and please join me next time for another wine review. Goodbye.